Is the world slowly and perhaps painfully coming to terms with the fact that we may just have to live with a nuclear North Korea?
Well, they exploded their first device over 11 years ago in 2006. They are a nuclear weapon state. We don't want to recognize them. We don't want to give them that sort of status, but it's very difficult to see how you walk them back at this point. What we hope to be able to do is negotiate a freeze them in place. That is, we think that North Korea wants to do maybe a half dozen more tests, maybe less, in order to make sure their missiles are reliable, to convince themselves that they have a nuclear deterrent, that they think that can safeguard their regime. At that point, they might be willing to freeze the program. That's not ideal. You don't like that. But it's a lot better than letting them go ahead and build 100 weapons with dozens of long-range missiles.
Joe, you said we hope. Somebody once said in Washington, hope is not a plan. So is there any reason to believe that, in fact, Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, actually is inclined to come to the bargaining table at any point for any reason?
Yes, they've told us they are willing to. For several years, they've told us they've been willing to negotiate. The disagreement is not whether you can talk to North Korea, it's what are the terms of those talks. What are their preconditions? And right now, both sides, United States and North Korea, are putting preconditions. We won't agree to talk to them unless they agree that the point of the talks is to give up their arsenal. They won't agree to talk to us unless we agree that the point of the talks is to recognize them as a nuclear weapon state. What we need to do is start a dialogue, basically a talk about talks, to get to the point where we can have serious negotiations. Then, if in that scenario, China can be extremely helpful. They are willing to put on more sanctions as long as they know that the end game is a negotiated agreement, not the collapse of the North Korean regime.